The word depression doesn't really describe it. It kind of came on with me where I was waking up at night, and then when I wake up in the morning, I didn't want to get out of bed.
She was off work for a year when she contacted us. When I first met her, I was slightly shocked with the sort of state of her flat. It was in a state of disrepair.
People around me made me feel so nervous in myself, and I just kept having these thoughts of saying, what is the point of all of this?
There was some sanitary sort of mess in the bathroom, leaking, and there was papers and clothes strewn around the flat.
I couldn't actually motivate myself to get in the shower, to wash myself.
It was obvious to us that Jane was struggling with her personal care. She had unbrushed hair, the clothes were unironed and stained, and it just looked like she stopped caring about herself in that way.
I loved life. I was a lawyer, I worked hard, I played hard. I enjoyed the high income. Obviously, who doesn't? Because it's a way of life. It enabled me to have wonderful holidays and to wear, lovely clothes. And I've got a real thing for makeup. I enjoyed the high pressure because it is pressured in the city, and that's part of it. You get to meet strong, vibrant people, and I enjoyed meeting these characters and working with them.
All that had gone. Jane was suffering from a mental health crisis.
It got to the point where everything was, a mess. I couldn't cook for myself. I found myself, if I timed it right, I could get down to my local shop and get a few sandwiches. Everything, career, personal life, and even just my own private life. It was just empty.
Jane needed a lot of practical help to manage the difficulties that she was facing.
I'd had a year off work, and I was lucky that I had paid sick pay, but that ended, and I found that I had no financial cushion.
There were a lot of benefits that she didn't know she was entitled to, including council tax reduction and income payment protection.
Emily was wonderful. She helped me towards my housing costs, which were like £460. She helped me fill in the forms for universal credit and to get a council tax reduction. She helped me complete my PIP form, which is a personal independent payment, which allows you to help with your recovery if you're not well. She supported me because they turned me down at the first process, so I had to go to appeal for my PIP. And Emily, she was brilliant.
We gathered medical evidence, which included written submissions from third parties, which we then took to the tribunal service. Eventually, Jane's appeal was successful, and she received £110 a week backdated for a year, which was, of course, a huge relief for her.
It's great to be financially secure, but my flat was in a terrible state, and actually my door had been broken, and so it was very insecure. It just wasn't safe, so I felt very vulnerable.
There was other issues regarding the electricals that needed looking at, so the next steps were to contact the Housing Association and make a formal complaint. We then got in touch with her local MP, who made representations on her behalf.
I was moved to temporary accommodation for 5 weeks in July, and when I came back to the flat, I had a new front door. My bathroom had been modernised, and the bank workers' charity, they'd given me some appliances, and I'm not much of a cook, but it enables me to kind of do bits for myself. At least now I can be cosy, warm and safe at home.
We get thousands of calls each year. Not all of them are as complex or as specialised as Jane's case. Some of them might simply be signposting them to benefits that they need to claim or that they're entitled to, or just giving them some simple advice in which we would then put them in contact with our supporting partners. Those that are a bit more complex or specialised, that need, particularly like Jane's case, are vulnerable, that's when we will be here to help them. That's what we do.